Well, forget terrorism, forget immigration. What if I told you it's what you pay at the pump that could ultimately decide the midterm elections? As gas prices are coming down, the president's approval ratings are going up. Will that bode well for the president and his party in November if that keeps happening? Let's get the crew from Cavuto on Business, including Meredith Whitney, Charles Payne, Mike Norman, and Jim Rogers. Jim, what do you think?
Well, of course it will help you. Gas prices, gasoline prices are the most universal and the most visible things, and it's going to help if prices go down. The economy is slowing down, but that will not be visible by November, so it's going to help you.
And that's the most visible sign to most Americans. You buy that?
Well, Jim always says that Americans vote with their pocketbook, and that's absolutely true. And so I think that if people feel okay, but people feel okay for a month now, right? So we've still got 2 months left. They still remember all of the angst over the war, all the indecision over the war. I don't think it will be the sole issue that people vote with this midterm election. So I think it's still undecided.
All right, but as those gas prices come down, the president's numbers go up. You see that happening?
Well, I don't know if gas prices are going to go down much more, but let's look at the drivers of what's taking the gas prices down and how they correlate to the president's popularity. I think we're winning the war on terror. That so-called terror premium is coming out. Crude oil went from 76. I mean, come on, Jim, look at the drop. That wasn't supply and demand. A lot of that was the fact that I think the market sense we're winning the war on terror. We're handling this Iranian situation just right, and those things make the president more popular, too.
Well, you also
Neil, there's a direct correlation. It's something you've been talking about for a long time. How come people don't feel like the economy is doing better, even though it has been doing better? Because in real terms, adjusted for inflation, incomes haven't really been rising. If gasoline prices come down, it will make people feel better. It will make them, I think, it will help the president's approval rating if it continues. And I think it will for a while. I get back to something I said earlier. I think the Saudis are still pumping at a high rate in order. They don't want the United States to pull out of Iraq.
Well, something's happening here. Do you see it continuing to happen, Jim?
What, prices, gasoline prices? Yes, they always go down in the fall. There's no magic about it. But, Meredith, to your point, it's not the only thing. I mean, if we get blown up in Iraq or something, of course that's going to have a bigger effect in gasoline prices. But Neil's question was, do gasoline prices help? And they help enormously. 3 weeks ago or a month ago, people were paying over $3. Now when they say pay $2.50, they say, wow, this is wonderful. You know, I only have to pay $2.50.
It's a smaller percentage of every individual's expenditure today than it was in the 70s because cars are more efficient.
But it's still the most tangible.
It is the most visible. You go and everyone talks about what the price of gasoline
Will it change the makeup in November? I mean, right now the odds are that if you talk to consensus, which is always dangerous, as Jim reminds me, the Republicans are going to lose the House, maybe hang on to the Senate. Charles, what now?
That consensus needle is moving, though. It's moving toward maybe they keep the Senate as well. So right now, the Republicans, after these primaries, seem like they have a little bit more wind in their sails than they had before. And it could also be because the president is talking up a lot more than he did before.
He's actually helped oil prices. Some external things have helped. We've had this hedge fund, which had to liquidate enormous positions. And we had a month ago, you talk about
the doesn't know about that.
Goldman Sachs.
And we didn't rescue it. This time we didn't rescue it.
Goldman Sachs removed gasoline from its very popular commodity index, and a lot of these basket funds had to liquidate gasoline when that happened. It started the whole
For the average voter, though, everything is pocketbook. Right now, you're the average voter, Jim. You're as far from average, by the way.
I'd like to be that average.
Then what?
Well, you're exactly right. Look, this is what people, if they feel good, they're going to vote for the people in power. And if they don't feel good, they're not going to vote for the people in power.
What do you think the odds are Republicans hold the House and Senate?
Well, I hate to say it, but we'll go along with you. Since everybody thinks they will not, there's a better chance that they will.
Does it get you nervous that now you're in my camp?
It does. It does. I don't like it at all.
By the way, you can.
I'm going to leave.
You're going to leave right now. You can watch the entire Cavuto on Business crew every Saturday morning, 10:30. Part of our very powerful Cost of Freedom block. And first, he's with former President Clinton. Now he is here with us, the Virgin Group's Sir Richard Branson, on that $3 billion pledge to deal with global warming. After this.